Welcome to a 1v1 on Road to Kharkov. This game is going to be Lewted Hose versus GeneralBrus. We're going to see Soviets in the north versus Oster in the south, and a very aggressive Assault Grenadier opening here from GeneralBrus. Sprinting into close range on Lewted's Penal Battalion opening and forcing an immediate retreat from the cutoff. So Lewted is apparently already off to a terrible start. Getting shut down by early Assault Grenadiers. Will not be able to take control of his cutoff or his fuel point here. Taking control of the left side cutoff with this Penal Battalion. Needs to try and get back to the front line with this Penal Battalion. And notably, Assault Grenadiers, especially Assault Grenadier spam, is extremely bad against Soviet Tier 1 because you can just get a flamethrower and an M3 and you basically just win, since Assault Grenadiers have no counter to vehicles other than all standing in the exact same place and hoping for the best. So Lewted should definitely throw an M3 out and flamethrower this strategy to death. It's also, I can't even imagine this being a good idea on this map. Pretty hard to engage at close range on this map. He's going to have to use a lot of munitions on sprinting into close range if he doesn't want to get killed on the approach. Two squads of Penal Battalions heading right to try and take control of the fuel point from this Assault Grenadier squad. Lewted will probably be getting himself an M3 soon. He's getting healing? Healing is a little early for that, I think. A little early for healing. He's only got 3 Penal Battalions on the field. He has almost no map control, and he just purchased healing. It's going to slow down his capping power and his engagement potential a little. Are they trapped? They have to vault back over the wall so that they can retreat to safety. Meanwhile, Penal Battalion engaging up here against the Assault Grenadiers. Toss the grenade assault right there. Ooh, one of those landed quite nicely. But the engagement, it does go to Lewted, and that's a lot of munitions, by the way. He just spent to do that.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Penal Battalion heading left to grab this munitions point. The wounded squad in the front, he should probably switch that around, put the wounded squad in the back and the high health squad capping in the front. This one's, the one standing on the munitions is more likely to get engaged, although in this case it makes no difference. Over here, all Assault Grenadiers making their way south to take control of the victory point and strategic point. Munitions being taken by this Penal Battalion. Sprinting into close range with that squad. The Penal Battalion is outnumbered and should probably simply retreat, and Lewted is going to get a 4th Penal Battalion and still no M3. I don't know why you would go Tier 1 against Assault Grenadier spam and not get an M3, since that's basically the whole reason to go Tier 1 against this. Penal Battalion spam doesn't seem to be getting the job done. He will be forced to retreat, and that's a late retreat considering he has another squad in his retreat path, but it looks like they're going to be too lazy to go for the wipe, which is a shame because that was probably a wipe if he had just moved over here. Meanwhile, on the right side, Combat Engineers and Penal Battalion moving to take control of the cutoff. Wounded Penal Battalion doing the same. Combat Engineers heading right to get control of this victory point. A triple cap is currently going against Lewted, so he's going to have to try to turn that around. And finally, an M3 is in production. It's a little late, but against this many Assault Grenadiers, it should still have an extremely dramatic impact. Still quite a decent amount of time before the mechanized assault group arrives to counter. Or soft sort of counter, it won't even counter it that hard.
We have liberated the objective.
These two squads getting into close range on Penal Battalions will force a retreat right there.
The enemy has driven a wedge in our lines.
Every time the Assault Grenadier blob forces a retreat, the likelihood of it winning the next engagement increases. Assault Grenadier, grenade assault tossed. He should spread out a little though if he doesn't want that flamethrower to bleed him hard. And he should also get into close range if he wants to force this retreat. There goes that squad. The flamethrower squad will be next, and it looks like the engagement will go to GeneralBrus, forcing all Penal Battalions off the field, and the M3 not quite on the field yet. Flamethrower managed to bleed the blob a little bit, but it still has a pretty healthy amount of HP left. Also, what doth life Subs can post links. Nobody needs to permit you. Fun fact about my stream, fun sub benefit. But if 40 Cake wants to, you know, wants to throw you that permit anyway, that's also fine. Couple squads reinforcing and healing in the base. And Assault Grenadiers taking control of this cutoff here in the southeast. This M3 should probably throw a flamethrower inside. If it just moves to engage solo, I mean, yeah, it'll counter Assault Grenadiers, but in enough quantity, big enough quantity, Assault Grenadiers can beat a lone M3 with nothing inside pretty easily.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Pioneers awaiting orders.
That's a good point, Lumpy. Actually, Assault Grenadiers are quite relevant in the current meta, especially if you watch Starcross Cup 3. I think DBMB showed us all that Assault Grenadiers used at the beginning of the game as Oster can help a lot in securing early territory control, because they have, if used well, they can force an early retreat from a squad of conscripts. They can really help on close range maps to take a little bit more early map control, and it's nice to have that squad around for capping power as well. They have a very clear role at all stages of the game, which is nice. Sometimes with your Grenadiers, you're like, oh, should I send this to cap? Should I send the squad to fight? Assault Grenadiers at the beginning of the game should definitely fight, and then from that point forward should definitely cap. Ooh! Dropped a PTRS right there. Assault Grenadiers might consider picking that up, but it will make them worse on the move. But at the same time, he has nothing but Assault Grenadiers, so it's not like he has a whole lot of alternatives on what kind of squad is going to recover that. The Penal Blob heading right will easily force retreats from everything over here as well. Should probably pick it up. Probably pick it up. Or not, whatever. Okay. Gonna retreat, apparently. Where's he going? Why? Maybe he's afraid of a wipe. Penal Battalion is in the M3, but this one doesn't have a flamethrower, so I don't know what he thinks that's gonna accomplish. But it doesn't matter because everything just retreated back into the base for whatever reason. Panzer Grenadiers fielded. He has skipped Tier 1 and gone straight to Tier 2. And is up to 6 squads of Assault Grenadiers, in addition to his Panzer Grenadier squad. So GeneralBrus really likes short and medium range infantry, apparently. Did not go with the mechanized assault group, might just go straight to Tiger or something. I guess, I don't know. But Lewted is getting a lot of map control right now because of that random mass retreat. And one of the biggest Oster blobs I think I've ever seen is currently headed left to try and push Lewted away. Like, seriously. That's something. I really honestly don't think I've ever seen somebody blob this hard with Oster. I think Oster may be the worst faction in the game for, like, this is probably one of the worst blobs that I might have ever seen. Oh no, a satchel charge into the blob! Fortunately, it doesn't really hit anything, but flamethrowers are bleeding this hard. Oh my god, Assault Grenadiers are so bad. And Lewted is like barely even taken damage yet, forced 2 retreats. Flamethrowers just punishing this so hard. That squad's gonna have a bit of a late retreat, but I think they'll get away. This squad also is gonna have to retreat. There they go, and it seems that the sheer magnitude of this blob was sufficient to win this engagement. Nothing of Lewted's got wiped, fortunately. And I think the guards actually recovered their old PTRS. There goes 2 more Assault Grenadier squads. The blob has it's totally dissipated. It's all gone. But this engagement has pulled in enough command points for the Stug E. Stug E on the field, making its way towards the left. And there it goes.
You guys, listen to me if you want to live.
Wow, that first shot though. There goes that Penal Battalion. Tier 3 for Lewted. after Tier 1. He will have access to the T-34 relatively soon, probably the right choice. His commander selection, by the way, is Soviet Combined Arms, not guard motor, so although he has guards, he does not have T-34-85s on their way. Just going straight for the Tier 3 instead. He will have access to the Bomb Strike and ML-20 and other utilities, but no T-34-85. Will dodge the grenade assault right there. Stug moves up to continue taking shots at those guards. They'll plank at it a little bit with their PTRSs, but yeah, that's what happens. And guards will be forced to retreat away from that assault gun. Assault grenadiers moving up. Now that I think about it, is there anything in this commander that doesn't have the word assault in it? Assault grenadiers, assault gun. I guess the Tiger doesn't. Mechanized assault group. Everything is just assaulting all the time. Just assault, assault, Sturm. Penal Battalion in yellow cover. Yellow cover is quite dangerous when being fired at by a Sturm, but fortunately they are behind this wall, which has a tendency to block shots. The will probably block some shots too. But he really should try and spread out, or just not engage this thing at all. He should probably just try to avoid it until his T-34 arrives, which will be soon. He just got the 100 fuel he needs. Just try not to bleed too much manpower here. I don't know what he thinks he's going to accomplish in this engagement. Granted, engaging at long range against assault grenadiers is good, but engaging in front of a Stug E is extremely bad. It's already up to 11, 12, 13 kills. Still no wipes for Lewted, fortunately, except for that. Scout car will go down right there. So another grenade assault? Nope, cancels. Gets into closer range. Here it comes. The green cover really helps block shots from the Stug, by the way. Green cover is excellent protection against a Shugi. It's a shot blocker, and none of the shells ever seem to really connect. Stug gets buttoned, apparently. Guards can't win this solo, though, and will be forced to retreat. Fortunately, their PTRSs bring the Stug down to about half health for the T-34. T-34 moving onto the field should have no problem killing this, and one squad of Panzerschrecks is probably not sufficient to protect that Stug from being destroyed by this T-34, which will continue circle strafing while Penal Battalion support arrives. Panzerschreck volley slightly off right there. T-34 should be able to finish this off with the next shot. There it goes. Stug out of control and will be destroyed. Oops, I hit the button twice. Stug will be destroyed. T-34 now needs to pull back to safety. One more Panzerschreck shot could potentially kill it, but I don't think he should try and stick around under that much flamethrower fire. Oh, and he gets wiped. Got greedy. Got greedy. I saw that happening. I saw that coming a mile away. No, luck had nothing to do with that at all. There was no luck involved in that at all. That T-34 was at no point going to die. Penal Battalion makes its way towards the center to grab this victory point, and this Penal Battalion will take control of the victory point over here on the left side.
Yes?
Fresh Panzer Grenadiers squad fielded.
Standing by.
Grenadiers.
And the BM begins.
Yes.
Panzerschrecks will be available on this squad again soon. Honestly, I don't know how GeneralBrus is gonna win this game from this point. Actually, I do. He could field the Tiger. He'll probably win with the Tiger because Lewted doesn't have Collins. He's gonna be fighting against the Tiger with core units. He does not have tier 2 yet. He might want to back tech to tier 2 for AT guns. He does have a bit of manpower. Float for that. Otherwise he's going to be up against Tigers with T-34 76s only and penal battalions and guards, which is not a fun situation to be in unless you have a huge lead, which Lewted actually kind of will soon, and has actually gotten his opponent to go with another Stug with the T-34 already on the field, and no counter to the T-34 either to protect it. A little weird other than this, but as we've already seen, that's not enough. He needs an AT gun. Or, ooh, that could be bad too. Oh my god. Oh my god, is this actually going to happen? I hope not. Does Lewted have vision of this? What does he see? Wow, why would you not click that button, Lewted? What are you, crazy? Do you not see this? Lewted, please! Look at this demo charge! Wow. If he gets away with this... nothing. And walks away. Scot-free. Over here, penal battalions will engage against various infantry squads. Guards in green cover. Flamethrowers engaging against some stuff. I just couldn't. Okay, sure, Lewted, sure. I'm sure you didn't just not see that. It would have been too easy for Lewted. He needs a real challenge. You can't just click a button and win. If there is an I win button in this game, by the way, that's probably it. Detonate. That's the I win button. In Code 2. Flamethrowers force a retreat, or actually wipe a squad right there, bringing him down to 4 of his original 6, I think. Assault and Grenadier squads. My god, flamethrowers are effective against Assault Grenadier spam. They really are. Stug's doing okay work, but the T-34 is back. Goes in on the rear of that Stug E. Misses its first shot. There's the second one. Panzer Shreks are not going to damage, they just don't have the DPS to finish off that Stug in time. Penal Battalion will retreat, and T-34 will finish the job. Stug destroyed, and he will again get that T-34 to safety. Maybe, I don't know. Actually, this Panzer Shreks might be able to get one more shot off. Here it comes, and T-34 will go down to that Panzer Shrek volley. Penal Battalion could have gotten wiped right there, too. Definitely could have gotten wiped. Fortunately, that Assault Grenadier squad opted to retreat rather than try and finish the job. So I don't think Lewted has lost a single full squad yet this game. Could be wrong. Yeah, just his tank and his M3. Meanwhile, GeneralBrus has lost these 4 squads. 3 of his original 6 Assault Grenadiers and 1 Panzer Grenadier squad. That's a lot. That's a lot of dead stuff. And 2 Stugs. Third one on the field. If he keeps spamming Stugs, he's never going to get his Tiger out. Why does he do that? That's 75 more fuel. That means he was at 195. He was at 195 and then did not get a Tiger. Why? That's so weird. I guess he just wants to spam Stugs, which clearly are getting countered quite well by T-34s. If Lewted can just keep trading 2 Stugs for 1 T-34 for the rest of the game, I think he's going to be fine. Gonna be just fine, especially since he continues harassing the left side pretty successfully. Takes his opponent a while to get that territory back, although he should try not to stand in front of Stug E's if he can avoid doing so. He's just giving them free kills.
The territory is out of contact.
Stuggy up to 7 kills already. Here comes the fresh T-34 to counter. There are 2 Stugs over here now, in fact, which, if there was a Tiger coming anytime soon, not anymore. Lewted will be able to get himself a fresh T-34. Not that soon, actually, because this got decapped, so he's actually struggling a little bit for fuel himself. Stug's pulling back here on the right side. These squads reinforcing and healing in the base. The blob reconstitutes itself. Cutoff will get taken over here on the left side. Guards move to take control of that fuel point. Two squads making their way down the center, just avoiding the Stug for now. By the way, sending in this entire blob left without support from these assault guns is a pretty good way for it to just lose the engagement against these flamethrowers. Fortunately, they're a little spread out. So this sheer quantity of assault grenadiers will be able to beat. Maybe? No, they can't beat that, I don't think. They will sprint into close range, though. Force this retreat a little early. Maybe we'll try and backpedal, but they go down too quick. Grenade assault might be able to turn this engagement. That's a little off target, though. It didn't really do anything. Assault grenadiers. One squad retreating, almost wipes. T-34 moves to support here as well, and that's just manpower bleed. They accomplish nothing. Tons of manpower bleed. Barely even scratched Lewted, honestly. Only took 2 model losses on that squad, 1 model loss on this. Massive losses on their end of things. And yeah, the Stugs did not even move to support. This demo charge has had so much potential this game. I'm just waiting for that to annihilate something. It already could have once. Ooh. T-34 engages pretty poorly right there. A couple of Stug shots penetrated its rear armor, and it will not have an opportunity to kill those, either one of those. Not in this engagement, with the Panzer Treks protecting the flank. He's going to have to get another T-34 out himself. And he may be forced to try and take one of these things down in a frontal slugfest with a T-34 rather than circle strafing it to death as he has been doing. And he's kind of feeling the pain of losing his initial T-34 a little bit right here. 2 Stugs plus Panzer Trek support could probably beat 1 T-34 unless it engages extremely well. But fortunately, Lewted has taken very good map control, holding all the resource points on the left plus cutoff. And this point's not even been captured by the Oster yet. He's got some squads over here, though. He should probably get on that. So Lewted has fuel coming in pretty quick. 29, plus 29, as opposed to his opponent's plus 10. Still extremely far away from a Tiger. Just can't seem to get any fuel coming in. Is he really just going to stand right here instead of going and taking that fuel point? The blob has reinforced and healed and is making its way left. Will be able to beat a lone squad of guards. Start getting territory back under control over here on this side of the map easily enough. They throw a grenade before retreating. Take 2 losses and inflict 4. So actually they did pretty okay in that engagement. Lots of squads reinforced and healed in the base, making their way back to the front line. T-34 fully repaired, second T-34 in production. Once this hits the field, Lewted should be able to easily win an engagement against any force on the map he chooses to engage, especially since the Stugs have split up. It should be quite easy to hunt and kill this one with double T-34, considering it has pretty light support. And munitions are a little bit low for GeneralBrus this game as well, since he's been spamming that grenade assault pretty hard. He doesn't have a second set of Panzer Shreks out yet, so it shouldn't be too hard for 2 T-34s to win an engagement on either front. And this is the closer front, so this will probably be the one Lewted prefers. For now, he's going to go straight down the middle with these 3 flamethrowers. Stug hasn't done any massive damage yet. The Stug, by the way, does not need to backpedal away from, they're not going to do anything. They don't have AT grenades. You just sit there and shoot at them at point-blank range and be fine. Here comes the T-34 down the right flank. We'll catch that Stug out of position. Second T-34 rolling onto the field now. Stug is going to actually dive through the penal battalions to try and stay away from that flanking T-34 and get back to the support of these Panzer Grenadiers and second Stug here in the north. But the T-34 being behind them now, and another one coming from the left side flank. Pretty well timed on this T-34's flank. Should give Lewted some opportunities here. That Stug is in a little bit of danger. Second T-34 rolling into the engagement now. Panzer Shrek volley just missed. T-34 finds an opportunity, but his first shot bounces there. We'll try and circle strafe these Stugs or just engage them at point blank range where shots are highly likely to penetrate. Shot does penetrate. Second T-34 is so slow to get in range to support here. Target weak point from that Stug. And that T-34 gets stunned and destroyed. So actually a pretty bad trade for Lewted. Hopefully he can take down the second Stug with this T-34 without losing it. If he does lose it, he'll probably have traded down here in this series of engagements. Having trouble getting in range on that Stug, but his shot on the frontal armor does penetrate right there. He will try and get into close range. Stug shot bounces. T-34 shot connects. One more shot to seal the deal. And turret rotation messes with him, but he does seal the deal. Stug goes down. Destroyed engine on a T-34 from Panzer Grenadier fire, though. And his T-34 will also be destroyed. So pretty bad trade there for Lewted, in all honesty, because he didn't really support with infantry that well. If he could have put more pressure on those Panzer Grenadiers to retreat earlier, or wipe them in the engagement, he might have been able to preserve his tanks, but at least he wiped them afterward. And we'll be able to recover their Panzerschreck as well, so that's something. And he's actually floating quite a bit of manpower as well. So, in fact, they both are. They're both floating manpower. A little more than they should be. 900 manpower is too much float. Even when you are waiting on call-in tanks. There go those guards. Couple squads heading left to take out these assault grenadiers. GeneralBrus will spend some of his manpower float on reinforcement and a fresh assault grenadier squad. Lewted will also spend some on a fresh T-34. A little bit of reinforcement. He's up to 4 penals, 2 guards. And assault grenadiers right here will pull back away from these guards.
Stuke 3 ready to deploy.
And he just dumped all of his... Is he ever going to stop making these? I feel like he's never going to stop making these. A Tiger would serve him so much better. I just don't understand why he keep making Stugs. He would have made a Tiger at any point in this game. Pretty sure he definitely could have, and I mean... He was, again, extremely close to the fuel he needed to get a Tiger and just got a Stug instead. Tiger would be extremely good against all targets. The Stug is great versus infantry, clearly, but it's not very durable. And T-34-76s are just going to keep coming and destroying these things. But I really do wish Lewted would stop standing in front of them with infantry and losing. Like, every time a Stug hits the field, it gets 15 free kills and then dies. But I guess Lewted won't have to worry about manpower bleed as he replaces some of those losses. T-34 makes its way to the front line to engage against the Stug, which is, again, pretty much totally unsupported. The Panzerschreck squad has been wiped and not replaced yet. In progress now on this squad. T-34 can easily hunt and kill that Stug unopposed, completely uncountered at this point if it wanted to. These 3 squads going in on the Penal Battalion. There is a huge demo charge right there, though. Oh, Lewted, be patient. That was... Oh, you needed to wait a little bit on that. That was... Come on. That did almost nothing. That should have been huge. Jumped the gun, unfortunately, on that demo charge. Penal Battalion over here on the right side. Victory point. And on the munitions.
The enemy is taking our territory.
T-34 working on this squad over here. The Stug currently receiving repairs in the base. For victory points, Lewted is ahead by about 150 VPs. We'll chase away that assault grenadier squad right there. Guards probably going to pick up another wipe on retreat. And there they go. And there they go. 2 wipes. 2 wipes just to guards, sniping assault grenadiers on retreat, and GeneralBrus will be reduced down to practically no forces remaining. Shugi will move to engage against the guards over here on the left side cutoff. And despite taking tons of infantry losses and being way behind in every regard, he's going to build a full cache. This is the last thing you should do when you're behind. It can maybe make sense if you're super ahead. It basically never makes sense in a 1v1, honestly. It just doesn't. 200 manpower can almost always be better spent on just more infantry or units.
Enemy forces are securing
Caches
our
aren't really more of a
territory.
team game thing. I mean, you know, whatever. If you're going to use some sort of extremely long-term strategy and you build it at the very beginning of the game, it might pay off over time. But building a fuel cache of 32 minutes when you're already losing is basically just a good way to make sure that you definitely lose.
Our panzer forces have been reduced by 1.
2 squads will be forced to retreat right there. Pio's taking control of the fuel cache. These 2 squads. GG, normal Germany sucks. Well, if you think mechanized assault Osterre sucks, good luck with Oberkommando West, GeneralBrus. No anti-tank. Yes, those damn T-34 76s are just impossible to destroy. No anti-tank. Try the anti-tank gun, is my recommendation. GG. Allies win.